Yes, 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 yes. Network is good. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Bruh. So, quick 20-second story. Yesterday, I was supposed to be on. I tried everything, everything to be on. Like, I literally changed SIM on my phone, used my broadband network, used everything, used my, what do they call it? My mobile phone hotspot. None of it worked. But this one is slowing down. What's going on? Why is it slowing down? Like, I need to I need to move really fast today. Just go back, settled in, and I need to go. I need to go. This is slow. This is really slow. Is there something that is happening? This is slow. This is really slow. Is there
Hello,
something that
hello,
is
hello,
happening?
hello,
This is slow. This is really slow. Is there
hello,
something that
hello,
is
hello.
happening? Okay. Okay. I think. Sorry, I can work with whatever is going on over there. Next, I'm going to do. I'm just going to open. I'm going to open up Blender, and I'm going to just monitor my phone. Yo, Ono to draw. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, absolutely. I stream from Nigeria, and I'm already into deep. Like I'm a third. I'm a third like way through the stream, or through the challenge, whatever the 100 days thing I'm going, and I really don't want to break that chain. You know, I was so frustrated yesterday. Like you won't even believe it. I was so frustrated yesterday, and I think I was at that point where I was like, okay, you have tried. You have done 30 days. Why don't you just, But I mean, I don't want to do it. I'll be so disappointed. So let's go on for today's stream. How you doing, bro? How was your day? My day was crazy. I won't even lie to you. I knew I was going to stream today, and there was a lot of hold up around like CMS Marina area, so it was a lot trying to get home. But we're here. I'm trying to model this. Where is my PRF? So I'm trying to model electric poles for today, basically. I don't know if you know what it is that we are doing. I have about 100 models on this sheet, on this Google sheet, and I have to go through all of it in 100 days, model everything, and the plan is to kind of upload or spam upload on my CGTrader, observe what that looks like for 100 days if I'm going to make a sale, and just see how I could kind of monetize off of all these things. And like they are really simple models. For example, like a bookshelf is a simple model to make. If you just make that one and drop, like, I don't think it's that valuable. But what we are planning to do with the whole stream thing is to kind of make it in a pack. Okay, if I'm making a TV stand, how can I make 3 of those? If I'm making a water bottle, how can I make 5 of those? So it looks like it's a pack. And if I'm making a water bottle, do I need to make a clean one or a damaged one? Which one will be more valuable? Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. I'm going to bring in a cylinder, and I'm going to move on the Z axis, scale this down, and I'm going to scale on the Z. Right. So this guy against the pole is what I'm going to be looking at. Kind of get a feel for how tall this is. S shift Z is going to be skinnier, is going to be taller. I want to see if my reference, I have PureRef open, if my reference has like a human beside it, because I need to feel that scale. Electric poles. Let me see it from the ground. Right? I don't know if you have actually replied me or said anything in the chat. I won't even know because I have only one screen, so I can't effectively monitor the chat. But let me just see. Replied me or said anything in the chat. I won't even know because I have only one screen, so I can't effectively monitor the chat. But let me just see. Let's see. Let's see. I don't think you said anything. Let me check my phone. Okay, no, no. Oh, you did. Oh wow, really great. Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, uh, I just want to do something different this year, man. And it's been a while I did 3D modeling. I don't want to lose that skill. So I knew I had to do something brute force ish to get back to where I was. So right about here is where I feel like the human height would be. Right around here. So if the human height is around here, I think we can do, or maybe here, we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how tall the electrical pole is. So I'm going to do 8 of this dude. Shift DZ. 8 is really tall. I'll be honest. 8 is really tall. I'm going to leave it at 7. And then I'm going to scale this all the way to the top. Maybe over 7 a little bit. So this is the ideal height for this. So first one we're going to be starting with is this. There's going to be a lot of wooden texture stuff that we're going to be doing. But first thing I want to do is I'm going to bring cursor to this point, and then I'll bring in a cube, scale that down, and I'll SX just like so. SX. I'm going to go to the top view, and I'm going to GY, and then GZ this all the way to the ground. For this, I'm going to shade smooth and then scale this up even more. One time. So this I'm going to use as a reference, and I'm going to have to duplicate to the other side. Same thing with this. Duplicate it one time downward. If you see, this has a hook just like so, something to make it steady. So I'm going to do that by bringing a 3D cursor right here, and I'm going to bring in a cube, scale that down. I'm going to scale it on the Y, and then I'm going to scale it on the Z. So we have that. I'm going to GZ. I'm going to bring my 3D cursor here, pivot around the 3D cursor, and I'll scale this as ZZ, and I'll scale this on the Z, and I'll scale this on the X also. So I'm going to GZ this all the way down just like so, and I think we have this. I'll select both, and I want to GY. I'm going to try to move really fast because there's football match by 9. Let me see who's playing. There's a football match by 9 that I would like to watch. So let me see. Liverpool is playing today. We have semi-final between Barcelona and Atletico, so I have to watch that. I don't think I can have it on stream while I'm modeling. If not, that's what I would have done. Just have it on the side. GY. I'm going to move this in. GY. So that's cool. This is going to be, I'm going to move origin to 3D cursor, and then I'm going to I want to pivot this to the other side, so I'm going to use this as a reference instead. And it's not. I want to mirror this to the other side, so maybe I can do this. So this is mirrored, and then I'm going to duplicate to this other side too, and I'm going to Shift D, Z that down just a smidge, right? So right around here, I'm going to bring a 3D cursor, right? And I'm going to bring in a cylinder, frame that to view, and I'll scale that down just like so. GX, scale down. And this I can SY, bring that out. And I'll really, in fact, I want to make this low poly. So I'm going to do 6 sides on this. RX90, and I'll scale this down. All right, and I can do SY. And this I can bring forward to this point, can bring to this point, and then this right here I can scale along normals just like so. So that's great. I'm not seeing this button at all, so, or this screw, so I'm going to bevel that. so that at least I can see it when I'm not close. So there it is. I'm going to mirror this to the other side. Why? Can't be having this right now. Still a long way to go on this stream. So I'm going, in fact, this I'm going to apply. I'm going to apply that mirror. And then this I'm going to use as a mirror. Oh, I'm going to apply all transforms. Select this and then, oh my God. I'm going to bring origin to geometry, select this, and then mirror to the other side. So that's good. So this right here, I'm going to come to the front view and then select all and Shift D, bring this down. I'm going to scale along individual origins, scale down. Right here, there is like some kind of a break, not the breakage exactly, but something like this. And then I'm going to select this, and then Shift D in just a smidge. So we have that. I think this two around here has the same characteristics. So I'm going to select this and extrude. Right. Just a smidge. And then I want to mirror this to the other side. So this is good. I don't know why this is out just like so, but I'm going to select this down part and I'll GY. We have that up here. There's some kind of feature. So I'm going to bring in this and I'm going to bring in cube, scale that down, scale it on the Z, scale it down, scale on the Z, scale down, scale on the Z again. And right here, I'm going to add a loop. I'm going to add a loop right here. And right here, I'm going to select these 2 points. And I'll delete those. This looks something like this to me. Right? So I think this point, I'm going to GZ up to this point right here. And then this, I'm going to GZ. XY rather. And then right here, I'll add this, and then this, I'm going to insert, but apply scale first. No. I'm going to apply scale, insert, subdivide it, turn that into a circle, and then I will extrude on the X. Just like so. So you see this face? I'm going to fill that face. So the reason I shredded this is that I want to mirror it to the other. You know what? I'm going to use this as a reference to mirror. I'm going to mirror to the other side. So we have this. I can apply that mirror and bring this to geometry. And then this 4 point right here, I can GZ. And then I can bring this right here. I can select this, and then extrude along normals. And then I'll flip. That's good. Order artifacts. You see this thing is used a lot, but I feel like if I can make one of it, then I can just duplicate. I can use it for several ones basically. So I want to look for one that is kind of standardized and then make that one. Are they all the same? No, this one looks so much more better. Let me see what this one looks like. Okay, I think this is the same. Basically the same with this. So I'm going to model this. Right? Or let me go back to this. Let me see if it's the same. This is smaller. I'm going to model this. I'll use this. I'm going to model this. I'm going to bring I'm basically bringing 3D cursor to the center right here. So I'm going to use this to model it. I'm going to bring in a cylinder first. Remember 6 sides, very, very low poly stuff. Scale as Z. and I'm going to start bringing in, what should I bring in? What can I use to make that disk? Should I think I'm going to use a circle. You know what? I'm going to do it on the mesh itself. So this right here, I'm going to determine the center, scale it on the Z, and then this I'm going to cut into 4. And then at the front view, like so, I'm going to select this, and this, and then same with this. Then I'm going to bevel, right, and I'm going to extrude this along normals. Oh, this is a very, very critical part of this. I don't want to use this method anymore. I'm going to bring in a high definition cylinder, or I'm going to bring in a UV sphere. Drop this by half. Drop this by half. And the reason I want to bring in a UV sphere is that I can just plate this down completely. Right? SZ, scale this. And right here, I can GZ and shift DZ. 1, 2, 3. Select all this, and then SZ, GZ. So we have that. I'm going to flip to the other side, and I'm going to shade auto small. So I can scale this just like so. I can even come down here, select all of it, scale from individual origin and scale on the Z. So we have this our fixture right here. Shift Z. Next I'm going to go back to what I was modeling, and I think this was right around here. So I'm going to add, as a matter of fact, this should increase on the Z just a smidge. All this down here, I'm going to delete, because when I'm done with the top one, I'm just going to duplicate it downward. So right here, I'm going to put 3D cursor around here, and then see this thing with model, I'm going to bring it down to the cursor. So I'm going to scale it down, rotate it on the X by 90 and GY. Scale down. And then at this point right here, I want to bring in a cylinder. RX 90. I'm going to scale that down, scale it on the Y. Scale, and I'll GY, bring that out of the mesh. View, frame selected, SY, GY. Where is this? Oh my god. I'm going to bring cursor to this side, and I'm going to copy this and just undo all the way back to this. So for both, I'm going to apply mesh and then join them, and then I'm going to move them to the spot RX 90. Scale that down, and I already copied that thing that I modeled, so I'm just going to paste it in place, right? And then this I'm going to insert and extrude right into this. Scale, shift Y. So scale this. So this right here, I can shift D and Y, right? Using this as a pivot, I can separate this selection, using this as a pivot, duplicate to the other side, and then this I can just use this as a pivot and see if I can move all of that. So that moved, that's cool, but it seems to me that this needs to be shorter. So I'm going to select both and GY. Select both, GY. That's cool. Right here, I can select this Dix, and maybe I want to make it bigger. S shift Y. Right, that's cool. right here, there's some kind of a joining. So what it's looking like to me is ES, and then scale. This extrudes outward. Wait though. You know what? I'm going to bring cursor to this point, and then I'm going to bring in a cube. Scale that cube down. Scale it on the X. Scale it on the Y. And I'll GY. Bring this out. Right? So right here, I'm going to select this edge. Select this edge. I'm going to apply that scale. Scale it on the Z. Apply that new scale again. And then I'm going to bevel that. Just like so. View frame selected. I'm going to bring this to this point, bring this down, and then all of this, I'm going to select this to join them, flip, apply this, and then I should be able to add a loop right now. Merge by distance. Yep. Right here. So I can select this entire thing from like here, here through here, through to here. Same thing with this. Can come to the top view, select all of this and deselect this face. So what I want to do is, can I dissolve those faces? Let's see. Okay, dissolved, but it leaves a whole blank in here. How can I fill these faces without stress? Fill. 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 Flip. Apply. So that's cool. Right here, I would like to make a circle, so I'm going to select this, insert. Insert, turn this into a circle, scale that down, GY, and scale, delete that face. This right here, I can extrude on the X, just like so. Flip that again, apply that mirror, and this right here, I can select this, Shift D, bring this here, and I can bring in a cylinder, scale RX90, no, RX90. I'm going to scale that down, SZ90 scale, and this I'm going to bring out just like so. And right here, GX, SX, wire passes here. So I'm going to bring this Shift D, separate that selection, scale that. I can add a layer on that, scale, apply that subdivision. So this wire looks something like this. I'm going to remove some of this vertices, and then from here, extrude, and then fill. I'll select all of that, rotate just like so. Or I think I should rotate like this. And then this is going to extrude down to this side. And then this is going to go just like so. So this I'm going to convert into a curve and then add some depth to this. So this is what it looks like. I think I'm going to add more depth. That's cool. Then right here, I'm going to bring cursor to this point and I'm going to bring in a cylinder. R90, scale that down. And then we can SY. This right here, I'm going to insert and extrude. Am I even getting the length? Okay, I think I'm not. I am not. So I think all of this, I'll just select those and just start moving them forward. GY. GY. I think that's cool. See this right here? I want to bring it out. Extrude, extrude, extrude. So we have something like that. Then all of this down here, I think I don't really understand all of this going on here. So I'm going to resolve it into just one thing. GY. I'm going to bring this, select this bevel, and then extrude along normals. Then this, I'm going to go frame selected, 3 inserts, and then extrude again. Let me see if I can see it from here. Bro, I do not understand this shit. I promise you. You know what? I'm going to bring in a cube. Scale. No, not there. Cube. No.